Okay, on to 1.11, which is another fairly easy one. So we're given this state right here, and it says find the probabilities of up and down along z. And then it says, assuming that we take the results from the down spin from z and then measure it in x, what are the probabilities for x? We kind of can just, we know both of those answers already. If you've been watching my other videos, you know that the probability for the upspin is just going to be this up term squared, so it's going to be 9/34ths, and the down is going to be that term squared, so it's going to be 25/34ths. Let's go ahead and do the math anyways. So probability for up in z times our inner product with our state, that's going to be squared, and so we'll have the up bra times our state here, so 3 over root 34 up plus I 5 over root 34 down. And again, it's going to be squared. So a plus and a plus, we'll keep that. So it'll be 3 over root 34. A plus and a minus gets canceled out. So we will go ahead and just square that. And so our up along z is going to be 9 over 34. And switch this around to be minus. And so then we take, so our minus and a plus cancel out, our minus and minus, we keep that. So that's going to be I 5 over root 34. And then we need to multiply it with the complex conjugate, so negative I 5 over root 34. The negative I times I is going to cancel out, it's going to be positive 1. So this is just going to be 25 over 34. So down in the z is going to be 25 over 34. And I believe if you were to put that in a calculator, it's going to be approximately 0.26. We'll need that later. And it's going to be approximately 0.74. All right, so now it says that assuming that we're taking the down, it says we read a negative h bar over 2, which is the same thing as what we've been calling downspin. Negative h bar over 2, we get that from z, and then measure the results of that and probability for up and down in the x direction. So that is saying that we're going to, let's do up first. So up in the x direction with a starting state of minus in the z direction. So we start with down in the z. What's the probability we get up in the x? And remember, our up ket in the x direction is 1 over root 2 up plus 1 over root 2 down. And our minus in x is 1 over root 2 up minus 1 over root 2 down. Okay, so we have the bra of this, so we'll flip this. So this is going to be 1 over root 2 bra up plus 1 over root 2 bra down times our down state right here, because that's where we started. So the up and the down will cancel. We'll keep this 1/2, and again, it's going to be the probability we're looking for. So we'll keep this 1 over root 2 and square that, and then so our up in x is going to be 1/2, and we already know that the down is going to be 1/2 also. Oh, I didn't need to erase that. All right, so our down in the x, the only difference here is we're going to have a minus sign right here. Minus and plus cancel out again. Minus and minus, we'll keep that. So negative 1/2, or negative 1 over root 2 squared is going to be also 1/2. Okay, kind of already knew that stuff already, but there's the math to show that. So then it wants us to diagram this. So in the first instance, we had a beam coming in to our Z detector. So this is measuring in the Z basis, and we're going to measure I have like 2 bars here, I guess. Here. And so in the up direction is up, this is down. The up direction, we had 0.26, so about a quarter here. Quarter of the case, we found upspin, and 0.74, so about 3/4. Here we found downspin. All right, so that was the first case, only with just the Z detector. So then our second case here, when we pass it through the X, when it comes out of the down direction, we pass it through the X detector. So starts off the same here. We have up and down, we have up, and we have still have our 26% in the up direction, but in the down direction, we pass it through an X detector. This is our Z detector, this is our X detector. And from there, we get half and half. So we know that 26% already went over here, and then 74% went over here. I'll write these numbers here. So this is 26%. This is 74%. This is 26% again. It didn't change. And then so this is going to be half of that 74% that came in here. So that is what, 37? Yeah, math. So about 37%. 37% and 37% here. Right, because half and half went up and down. So this is up and down. That's not very good. Plus sign. There we go. So in this case, still we had that 26% and 74% split here from the Z, but then we passed it through another detector along the X, and that was half and half. So we get 37%, 37%, and that would make 100% total there. So hope that makes sense.